All right, guys, this week I'm gonna do something you guys have been requesting, and that is some shop tips, different ways to organize, things like that. And one issue that I have around here is as I keep collecting more tools, I'm only in a 3-car garage. Okay, I know everybody, I've had people come by and go, wow, I thought you had this big shop. No, this is a 3-car garage. I have to make everything work in it. And for many years, I worked out of a 2-car garage. So for those of you guys working at home, I understand the headache of shifting tools back and forth, things around in order to work. So I've decided to take care of some of my problem areas today and build stands that can be moved around out of the way. I could tuck tools away, just pull them out when I need them. They're not taking up bench space. Okay, so what I'm going to start with today is my bench grinders. I have 2 of them over there on my bench, and they tie up half the bench and they're always in the way. And they vibrate that bench ungodly. Everything falls off of it every time I use it. So what I've done is I've taken a wheel and tire off the 37, the original wheel and tire, welded a post to it, and I'm gonna mount the bench grinders on that. Now I'm hoping that the rubber tire on it with some air in it is going to knock down the vibration so that it doesn't shake so bad. So I'll take a picture and show you guys what I started so far, and then we'll start making the plates for it. So this is the tire. What I used was 3-inch muffler tubing that I had around. I built everything out of scrap, and I've just cut it short so it doesn't touch the ground and welded it right around that base. So that's our starting point. Now we got to make these plates. Now guys, if you don't have a lot of experience with a plasma cutter, when you're done cutting, you have slag on the bottom, okay? A lot of guys jump right to a grinder to take this stuff off. Well, if you take a hammer, like a ball peen or whatnot, on the flat side, and strike it at a 90-degree angle, or slightly past the 90, a lot of it will come off. It'll save you time on grinding, and it just works a lot quicker. So, just a quick tip, hit it with a hammer, knock the slag off, you clean it up real quick. Now it takes just a few seconds with the grinder and it's ready to use. Alright, I've dismounted the bench grinders from my actual workbench, flipped them over, laid out the actual bolt pattern. Now I'm going to go ahead and drill the holes now. A quick tip, whenever you're drilling metal, especially something thicker, you can kill a drill bit in a hurry. So you don't have to go nuts with it, but if you at least spray down the bit with PB Blast or WD-40, one of those things, just give it a quick squirt. Just give it a quick squirt. Ugh, can't say that word. Give it a quick squirt before you start drilling, and watch your drill bit as you're going. You can actually cut through it and not damage the drill bit. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can see that, but when you're drilling and you're getting those hot chips, the little small hot chips off, you're going way too fast. You need to slow the drill down, apply a lighter amount of pressure, maybe a little, nice constant pressure, and you want those nice squigglies coming out. When that's going on, you're not damaging that bit and it's cutting properly. So, just a little tip. Now, if you're going to be welding like we are to these pieces, you got to get that oil that you use to lube the bit off. Brake clean's cheap, easy, simple, acetone, but you can always find brake clean around and you don't waste it. So just spray it down with brake clean. Keep a rag around you just used for moving brake clean. And wipe her down. Now that we've got that clean, when we weld to it, we're not going to have any contamination. So, same way we clean the oil off the metal when we buy it, we're going to do the exact same thing anytime we've lubricated a drill bit or anything while we're cutting. So, just remember, clean it. You'll know when you weld it and it's not clean. So what I did was actually beat the open mouth closed and weld right around it, so I got a complete 75% wrap on it, so it should be good. Alright guys, it's all together, so it's time to test it. Now before, this thing would vibrate so hard it'd shake everything off the bench, so I'm hoping this tire is going to really dampen it and it's not going to be loud. I mean, before it would hum and just carry on. So, we'll see if this tire is going to dampen the noise, take the vibration out, and go from there. Let's give it a shot. Big difference. A lot quieter. Tire does the dampening. Only rattling you hear are the guards. So now let's do the final test. Hand me that water. You might be wondering what this is all about. See if my weld's watertight. When that metal gets hot, quench it. Right back to it. Nice. That definitely made a big difference. It's going to be a nice little workstation. Cool thing is too, it's on the tire, so lean it, roll it right out of the way. Alright, let's get to the next one. Alright guys, so the next thing I'm going to work on is a stand for my Advil. Okay, every time, I don't have this mounted anywhere, and every time I need to use it, I gotta drag it out and just try to prop it up on some bench somewhere, and then when I'm done, move it back away. So we're gonna do the same technique we did on the grinder stand, use another one of those tires, do the same deal, mat the Advil on it. Once again, the pounding on it, the rubber should absorb some of it. It won't be so freaking, you won't hear everything bang and rattle all the time. So, let's get to it. I'm gonna plasma out the plate first, and then we'll weld up the tubing. Alright, so we got the piece cut for our post that we're going to put inside the rim. Now, one thing I want to do is put this block of wood under the tire so the post sits on it. That way it gives it a gap, so that when I'm hitting the Advil, it's not slamming the post into the ground. It defeats the purpose of what we're doing. So by raising it up, all the impact will come on the actual tire in the ground. So that's what I'm going to do, is space this under.
I see that Truman Road Hotel. I see you dressed in black. My words that I forgot to spell. My knife.
Now it's simple as just bolting this thing down. All right, guys, so as you can see, that was pretty simple. And the nice thing is when you're hitting it, the rubber is going to dampen some of the noise and whatnot. So, cool thing is too, you can just grab it, spin it out of your way. All right, let's do the next one. All right, so we're making the next stand for our sandbag. So doing the exact same thing we did on the vise. We have spaced the pipe up. We're going to square it up and weld it up. We'll go from there. Okay, guys, so I looked around the garage because you know I build everything out of junk, and I got an old pressure plate that's about the right size. So we're going to weld it on there, see what happens.
My little victory. I miss you so. Time has passed and I forgot. Whom do you belong? I sit on fence, smoking cigarettes, and cry and sing my song. I've got no sun that shines on me. I've got no place to go. My love, my little victory. I miss you so.
All right, guys, so that's 3 different stands that you can make in an afternoon of screwing around with nothing but scrap parts. So it actually freed up a lot of workbench space, so it should be useful. But anyway, hopefully you guys got something you can use out of this. So do me a favor, like and subscribe. Got some links over here, and there's a link to Patreon over here if you guys want to check out some extras. All right, have a great week. See you next week.